It's 74 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, Lauren Brooks, Taylor Dahl, and Tom McManus. This is
Helmets and Heels.
Helmets and Heels on 1010XL.
Taylor Dahl has the day off, but I bet she wishes she was here on this Victory Monday, Tom and RJ.
No doubt about that. I got my Victory Monday T-shirt on.
I don't have one of those.
Yeah, you got to be friends with Jaguars today, I'm told, to get one.
I understand I was their original producer back in 2014 when the show started, but clearly I haven't done enough since
You should
then.
be grandfathered in, right? Get your own shirt, no doubt. What a great day, huh? What a difference a week makes.
My goodness.
What
yes.
a difference an attitude adjustment makes for this team. Can they bottle that up and play every week like that, man?
They've been asked that now many a time.
Yes.
Trevor was asked that. Liam's been asked that multiple times. Josh Hines-Allen was asked that. Like, how do you not play like that every week? How do you bottle up that pissed offness?
Yeah.
And why aren't you always like that?
Yeah, I mean, look, we all were, a lot of us my age, right, 55 around that, and even younger, you're brought up in that era like they're the enemy. Like, you out-hit them. Like, it's a fight. It's a fist fight. It's my father, who was, a veteran. He'd be like, it's a war out there. They're the enemy. Step on their necks. After the game, you be good. You shake their hand and be respectful. But during the game, man, no, you got to be ticked off a little bit. And whether you're ticked off or not, it's just your attitude, right? You're just going to impose your will. If you don't know what we're talking about, just go watch Hainsey's block on the linebacker, Hanley, I think his name was, on ETN's touchdown off of the Wildcat. What a great play call and a great run. And just go watch him finish his block. If you've never seen The Blind Side, or if you have, it's similar to that block that the Michael Oher character makes in the high school game, where he just rides the kid all the way and dumps him over a fence.
Yep.
Well, he didn't dump him over the fence, but he dumped him into the earth, and it was absolutely fantastic. And that's what you're talking about. That's an attitude. That's not skill. That's not technique. That's just, man, I'm going to knock you back, and you're going down, and I'm going to drive you into the turf, and there's not a damn thing that you can do about it. And I tell you what, if you're on the receiving end of that, how embarrassing. I mean, how embarrassing. But you saw it a lot. Look, the one touchdown with Tootin, Van Lanen takes Khalil Mack for a ride and, buries him into the ground. You're like, ooh, this is, you got to wonder.
Mano y mano.
You got to wonder. Ezra back.
Right.
Does he ignite the whole thing? I feel like he might ignite most of the
Anton Harrison, and the line played the best it's played outside of, early in the season.
Maybe against the first Houston game.
And so, you do wonder, and I'm not going to be critical today after the Jaguars moved to 6-4 after winning 4 games total last year, and the Jaguars dominated that game, not start to finish, but certainly by the second half,
defensively
pretty much knew.
They did.
Defensively, they absolutely got after Justin Herbert early. They win 35-6, and honestly, the Jags left touchdowns on that field.
No doubt.
Bashal Tootin almost had a touchdown a couple times, but got tripped up. But I'm not going to be critical, but you do wonder, certain personnel changes were made in getting those 2 undrafted free agents more playing time. They certainly deserved it, and Danny Strigow and BJ Green, getting Cole Van Lanen in the lineup. Right. What exactly did they, do to unlock the offensive line being beasts yesterday, badasses, and then the pass rush? Little things sometimes is what is needed in addition to the attitude change.
Well, I tell you, they pounded the rock. That was number one. They did the trap block a lot, because when teams go forward, they're going for the pass rush. You trap them, you can get them sometimes.
No Britton Strange, but they were still able to do it.
They were still getting it done, So I just think it was a commitment to the run. It was really good play calling. I thought the play call to the tight end delay, that sparked it all.
Yeah,
Look, let's be honest. The offense wasn't that great in the first half. It got better towards the end of the second quarter, and then it really sparked in the third quarter, and then they got going. The defense from the get-go, the first play, Trayvon not even, guessing on the misdirection. He right in his face, makes him throw it. They call it a sack, whatever it is. And right away, it's like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And our defensive, first 3 drives, 3 and out. That's playing defense, man. And they're capable of it.
I'm really glad, by the way, Justin Herbert said last week that he remembers every game that he plays. I'm really glad he remembers every game.
Well, listen, I think here's something interesting. What's keeping it in perspective. Their O-line's not very good. They're not. It's okay. We dominated.
Sure.
We did what we had to do, like we were supposed to do. The real surprise is that their defensive line usually dominates, and we shut them down.
Yeah, they came
our
into the game with
offensive
29
line,
sacks.
Yeah, we shut them down. I mean, they hit Trevor twice the whole game. 0 sacks the whole game. And we ran all over them. They had 135 total yards. We had 192 rushing yards.
Correct.
That's
On
an ass
47
whooping.
attempts.
Like no other. Like, that's just getting beat down. They gave up after a while, the Chargers. Fourth quarter,
absolutely. They put
were done.
Trey
They knew it
Lance
was over.
in.
Yeah, they
And the
knew it was
Jaguars
over.
obviously put Nick Mullins in. If I had told you last Monday when we were coming off of the Jaguars' historic collapse and the loss to the Texans that Nick Mullins would play in this game, you would have thought, and injury, obviously aside, you would have thought, well, the Jaguars are getting their butts kicked, and so they decided to put, Nick in just to change it up or just to give Trevor some reprieve. But that's obviously not at all what happened.
Well, our D-line as well, they took over. Credit Eric. He had a really good game. Trayvon was a monster. Josh Hines-Allen, congrats on the record.
That's
right. You got it. That's fantastic. Had a good game as well. There you go. Overall, it was, that defense, that's what we've been waiting for. Like that kind of, performance. You're not going to get it every week. We understand that. And you took advantage of a depleted O-line, but that's okay. They put out there who they put out there. You got to play who they play.
Yeah.
You did what you were supposed to do, that offensive line. You dominate them. So that's absolutely fantastic. But I want more of that. Like the offense, whatever the offense is going to do, they're going to do, right? But our defense, we've been expecting them to really be a dominant force up front. And let's be honest, they dominated the line of scrimmage. Our O-line dominated the line of scrimmage. And when you do that, you got a chance to win.
Every game.
Every game.
Not just against a really good team, which they were, but every single game. Other good opponents as well. All right, RJ Saunders put together this week's Victory Monday montage, and it sounds like this.
Talk about a team effort. Yes, sir. Team effort. All 3 phases dominated. All 3 phases.
Fake the toss. They throw it to the back of the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. A play fake. Tim Patrick in the back of the end zone. A 1-yard touchdown pass. How good is that?
We had some great stuff, had a great plan. Guys executed it, but we also stayed on schedule. We didn't have penalties, didn't have sacks. The O-line played awesome. I mean, guys ran hard, kept ourselves in manageable situations, and we converted on 3rd down. So we had a lot of opportunities to get all these things off the card because we just stayed on the field.
192 yards rushing to 42.
And they run it with Etienne to the left side. Stretching for the pylon. Travis Etienne, touchdown! A touchdown run!
It was real fun. I feel like we played 4 quarters of great, complimentary football, and we expect to have wins like that. We just got to keep building off of that and just knowing that each and every week is different, but we got to play 4 minutes no matter who we're playing.
And we had an unbelievable moment, obviously happened for our franchise today.
He's going to get sacked. Josh Hines-Allen got a 3rd sack of the day for Jacksonville. Now, after that sack, Josh has set the franchise career record for sacks.
Man, it felt great. I don't think it was never a chase thing. It was just like, for me, just playing football and doing what I needed to do.
They were under duress the entire day. The entire day.
Herbert drops the throw, fires it deep downfield, and that ball's intercepted. Antonio Johnson picks it off. He's running it back. How about that? Antonio Johnson picked it off.
It was big. It was big for myself, and then also big for the team. And just putting the stake on the game. You know what I'm saying? We was already up, but they was trying to get some momentum, and just being able to go out there and just end all the momentum. It was big for the team.
That's us. We play our best. Piss the f*** off. That's who we are. That is us. And guys, that was really fun, man. That was really fun.
That was really fun. Great job, RJ. You heard from Liam Coen, Frank Frangie, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Josh Hines-Allen, and was that Antonio Johnson also in there? All right. Antonio with an interception almost had 2 interceptions yesterday.
He did.
But it was, the defense, we're going to talk all about the pass rush, but the coverage yesterday.
Yeah, they were sticky.
Was really good. Buster Brown, Christian Braswell had to come in when Greg Newsome went down early with that ankle injury. I thought he played well, and then the safeties played well as well.
I'm really glad that Liam Coen and I are on the same page of when you throw a good F-bomb in there. I mean, it really just drives it home so great, doesn't it? I think it does. But yeah, this back end was great. They didn't have even when he did have time, Herbert, he had no one to throw to. It seemed like he wasn't letting it go. He had to scramble, get out of Dodge. He was under duress. That's what we need. I mean, look, you see the difference. Geno Smith, right? Go back in time, Davis Mills, and then see Justin Herbert and see the difference. And when you harass a QB, what QBs can turn into, even the really good ones. You've seen it. Now, Herbert's done that before, so, I'm not saying that the other guys don't, because they do. But when you get after a quarterback, like that throw to that Antonio picked off, the high throw, he was seeing ghosts, man. That guy was open. He should have just put it right on him, but he sailed it. And next thing you know, it was a great play by Antonio Johnson, great return. Yeah. And then we know what happens.
44-yard return. That was also impressive.
Yeah. No doubt.
It was a complete victory, that's for sure. We will keep the Victory Monday conversation going. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday. You can find them online at WeKeepJacksRollin.com. Big Chief Tire knows 6-4 is way better than 5-5. No
doubt.
That is for sure. More to do on the other side. It's 10 to Next on 92.5 FM.
A high-performance machine raises eyebrows and holds your attention.
And play big-time football on a big-time stage.
And so it is with the Performance Painting High-Performance Play of the Game.
Somebody got to make a play.
On 1010XL.
Helmets and Heels.
Backed by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Helmets and Heels.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday. The local Jacksonville shop for fair prices and service you can trust.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to American-Electrical.com and see how they can help you.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I've been telling you how proud I am of my daughter Amber, who's lost so much weight on Awaken 180. But it's been a while now, so I wonder if it's something she can maintain. So I sort of asked her, how's it going?
So far, so good, Dad. But you're right, it has been a while. But that's the beauty of the Awaken 180 plan. There's so much variety in the food choices. You don't get bored.
You look great. Do you feel better?
I feel so much better. And I know it's because of the weight loss and how it's changed my lifestyle. So there's no chance I won't sustain it.
Well, what about over the holidays? Look, you grew up in our home, and you know we love the holidays.
Oh, I still plan on enjoying the holidays. I just plan on doing it by eating right. And I've already had the conversation with my coach. She understands the challenges of the holidays, and she's guided so many folks just like me through this. We've already made a plan.
So take my kid's word for it. Awaken 180 works. It's sustainable, even over the holidays. So change your life by calling 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is the home of Gator Nation and the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I'm Hacker, and we keep you connected with the University of Florida all year long. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at BariOrthopedics.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. You hear about guarantees and warranties. What is Underwood's policy?
Frank, to talk about guarantees and warranties, you have to look at our history of over 70 years in business. Underwood's entire reason for existence is and has been to offer fine products that will be used with such satisfaction that both the giver and the receiver will want to come back, and hopefully they'll tell their friends about us. To do this means we've got to try our hardest to satisfy every customer. All of our people understand that. Now, I'm sure over the years we've made a few mistakes, but we've never failed to make good on any Underwood product that was returned with a legitimate customer complaint. Our entire reputation would mean nothing if we didn't conduct ourselves that way. Simply put, conducting our business with integrity is a lot more important to Underwoods and our customers than all the guarantees, warranties, and contrived legal obligations in the world. And you've got Underwood's word, my word, and all of our people's word on that.
Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you on this Big Chief Tire Monday. Taylor Dahl has the day off. She'll be back with us tomorrow as she enjoyed, I think, herself at Warped Tour.
I think so.
I think she had a good time.
Heck yeah, live music will do that to you.
You got that right. All right, we talked a ton about, I shouldn't say a ton. We've talked about it multiple times, though. Trevor Lawrence, how in the past he's always worn a wristband, and then this year decided not to use a wristband. And then yesterday, you're watching, whether you're at the game or whether you're watching on TV, if you paid attention, he's got the wristband back on. And so he said post-game, Trevor Lawrence talked about it post-game, as did Liam Coen. So I want people to hear that the difference, obviously, when you have the wristband, you can look at the plays on your wrist. When you don't have the wristband,
memorization.
You absolutely have to have it memorized, and sometimes the play clock was getting a little low. So let's hear from both Liam Coen, the head coach, and then Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback. But first up, Liam, on Trevor wearing that wristband.
I thought it actually really helped us. We did it for not the whole plan and everything. It was some specific stuff that we wanted to maybe play a little bit faster and just have a little bit more tempo in and out of the huddle and just more clarity on some of the things. And I know it definitely helped us for sure, I think today.
And here's Trevor Lawrence on more of that specific stuff.
Yeah, it was something that we had talked about earlier in the season, potentially doing it, and then just had gotten used to not using it, so we stayed away from it. And then after last week, I felt like we were kind of down on the play clock a couple times, and we just decided, hey, let's do it for situational stuff, third down, red zone, some other things, and some of the longer calls, and just try to get the operation moving a little quicker, maybe, limit some of the penalties of just because we're getting to the line a little late. So I think it helped today. I feel like we got out of the huddle pretty quick. There's still some stuff we can work on of getting in and out and getting up there, and we got a few off late, but I thought it helped for sure.
Logan Cook didn't punt yesterday. Keep the wristband on.
It worked. Yeah, it worked. Hey, whatever works. I mean, I don't care if you can memorize it or you need to look at it. I mean, other quarterbacks do it all the time.
Of course.
I mean, I saw Josh Allen doing it last night against Tampa. He's looking at his wristband. He's calling out the play, and they go do the play. So I thought he did a real job. Just looking at my notes, in the first drive of the third quarter, was third down. He did an audible of max protection and then threw a beauty to Jacoby for like 22 yards. It was on third down for a first down. I was like, that's a great audible. He knew, he saw what was coming. He maxed it up, and boom, he had a nice one-on-one and made the thing happen. So, look, again, if he's got to look at it to just remind him, who
absolutely.
Who cares?
And if it gets in quicker, like Liam said, the up-tempo type of stuff, I'm all for that. That's why we had this conversation of, he used to always wear it. Things do seem to be a little clunky as far as getting the play call in. And yes, they've had to have delay of games in the past, or they've had to call timeouts at times.
And it might be like you were saying, just in specific areas that I need to remind, or it's easier to get it in, like, down in the red zone or whatever, third down.
Yeah, it reminded me, honestly, of how we thought Travis Hunter was going to be used on defense before the season.
Right.
Third down and red zone.
Yeah, right.
And then that's when Trevor needed the wristband, or at least it certainly helped in that regard.
How about this? 5 of 6 in the red zone yesterday. I mean, we haven't heard that in a long time from our team in forever.
And they looked so comfortable. Like, there's been so many times that the Jaguars offense went on the field, you could almost feel it, whether it's in the stadium or on the road. Like, they're not going to get that first down. They're behind they're behind schedule once again, and you just could feel like the defense knows what they're going to do. It was predictable, and Liam Coen's play calling, to your point earlier, but also yesterday they had a confidence about them that they were getting the third downs. I mean, at one point they were 5 of 7 on third down. And this was against a Chargers team that we documented last week is really good on third down.
Ridiculously good, like top of the league at 33%. Conversion rate. Well, listen, again, I know it's so old school and cliche, but it's just your attitude. Look at the way Walker Little played yesterday.
Fantastic.
He was ferocious.
Yeah.
He was really blocking. He on that one outside run where he turned his guy, that takes a lot of strength, a lot of viciousness and power to move that guy, and he was phenomenal yesterday. He did a great job, as did the O-line. I mean, I think that it just comes down to you decide, are we going to out physical this team or not? Are we going to let them push us around? Look, Seattle pushed you around. So did the Rams, but then not yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did the pushing around.
You did the pushing around. You bullied them around. You dictated what was going to happen at that line of scrimmage. So it's tough to do each and every week because you get banged up. You know, those guys are sore today. You know what I mean? They're tired. They're sore. They're going to relax and get healthy quick. But, you know, you just hope that the mental attitude is there. Whether you want to call it being pissed off or not, as Liam says, it doesn't matter. Just that, man, ultra focused. I mean, one penalty? Seriously? Like, you guys were honed in yesterday for whatever reason.
And the penalty was absurd. That was the BJ Green hit for unnecessary roughness.
Yeah,
I mean, or roughing the passer, I should say.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the second week in a row that the Jags have been called for roughing the passer.
That one, at least, he didn't graze the head.
No.
He didn't land on him. I mean, it hurt Herbert. What I say, ruined his day. They ruined his day yesterday, and I'm happy about it. I am.
By the way, 30 first downs for the Jacksonville Jaguars and 8 for the Chargers. That certainly stuck out to me. You mentioned Jacoby Myers earlier. Here's a guy who James Gladstone, the general manager, told us his superpower is catching the football. I haven't seen him drop a football yet in 2 games, and he's led the team both weeks in receptions.
Yeah, and the balls have been good in good spots. You know, you got to give Trevor credit on that. Look, that 7 for 8 run of his, that was really clicking. I even put it out there on X. I was like, you know, it feels like something's clicking. That third. Look, he was a little off in the first half.
Yeah, he missed some wide open guys. Parker Washington for sure.
Yeah, he missed it. The pick was bad. It was bad.
The interception, no one knows why he threw the ball, where he threw it.
He threw it on the inside.
Correct.
He knows he can't do that.
Yeah, you throw it to the outside every time.
He normally throws that ball really well. He just can't put it on the inside. He's done it on occasion in the past, but normally he doesn't do that. But he bounced back, and that third quarter run was a good run. And again, I think Liam called the perfect play to me. The really spearheaded the passing attack was that delay to Johnny Mundt. Perfect call, perfect execution, and then our backs came to play. I mean, look at Tootin, man, and Etienne. They were
Facial
like
Tootin yesterday looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, he's looking for contact. He's like, come on, try to hit me. Hit me again. I'm going to run through you. He was great. And you know what else was great about Etienne, man? And his vision this year has been superb. He's like waiting, then boom, hits it. You know what I mean? Like he's waiting.
He's got the patience, which is great in the NFL.
He feels comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you got no line doing that, you can do great things in the backfield, no question.
Yeah, you certainly can. All right, so earlier today, Liam Coen was asked about the toss sweeps, and he basically was like, yeah, we wanted to be able to give the guys like a little more room. Like they like that, you know, starting off just a little bit deeper. And he said that he didn't call any different plays against the Chargers than he called all season. It didn't feel like that. It felt to me like they've opened up a little bit more of the playbook. Even if, you know, he doesn't necessarily agree, he would know, I suppose. He's the one calling the plays.
Well, again, that one play to Johnny Mundt, that came out of the bookshelf. You know, it might have been stuck up there for a little bit, but he's like, you know what, we need something to get going and get down the field. I just think with the running backs and the way they hit the hole, the way they attacked the line of scrimmage, the way they saw the field, again, the line really came to play. And then once Trevor got it together, he was pretty good. You know, it took him a little bit, but he finally got it together, and they started rolling. So. Look, overall, you put up 35 points. You should feel very happy, and I don't expect that every week, but it just shows you. It should give everybody on that team, like it's human nature, right? You work for something, and then you succeed, and you feel great about it. Then you're like, well, I want to do that again. And what did I do during the week that got us there? Just individually and as a team.
Well, they got their butts chewed.
Well, they needed it.
So, yeah, they need more of that this
needed
week
it.
in a
Right.
different light.
Absolutely. So, look, it was interesting. I saw heard where on the post game, Josh Hines Allen was asked about the pissed off comment. He's like, well, we can't be pissed off every week. But whatever it's called, again, it's just that attitude. Like, we've got to punish you. I'm sorry. I apologize to your mother. I apologize to your girlfriend or your wife or whoever and your family and your siblings and all that. But I am whooping your ass today, and you're going to have to go home with your tail between your legs. I'm really sorry. But it only lasts 3 hours. So you'll be done in 3.5 hours. But this is what's happening. And they showed it yesterday. And they got to take that to Arizona. Like it's not a must win or anything like that.
Sure.
But when you win a game like this, it's that next game that you really got to win, because then it just cements it even more. Now you're 7-4. Are you kidding me?
Right.
And then you go to Tennessee feeling great.
Right.
Now you're 8-4.
Absolutely.
And then you got Indy at home, and it's rock and roll hoochie coo time. Like, we're gonna be fighting at the 50. It's gonna be that incredible.
Were you nervous in the fourth quarter at all yesterday because of the way that the Jags lost to the Texans by having a lead and surrendering it? Or did you think that there's no chance?
You know why? Because Herbert barely had time to do anything all game long. I mean, he on a couple series he did, but overall they were harassing him. He was getting out of dodge. He was vacating. There was nobody feel like the defense just played a lot better. It wasn't like Davis Mills going down the field and picking us apart. I mean, you're talking about, and remember we talk about, like, when the offense rewards you with a score, what do? You got to give it 3 and out. Like, that's your job. Like, don't let them go down. Well, we did that multiple times.
And they forced a field goal after the Trevor interception, which was
change,
key.
yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And even in the post game, Josh Hines Allen, you just referenced it. He was asked about the next game. He's like, I don't even know who we're playing. Who do we play next? Like, that's how focused they were on this particular game. And look, we talked to Shannon Farron last week, the sideline reporter for the Chargers, and she said how the Chargers team was still not wanting to talk about that loss in the playoffs, for the 2022 season. And that kind of surprised me. Like, if I was them, I would be like, yeah, I'll talk about it. It sucks we lost. It was, we were up 27-0 at one point. Sucks we lost, but we've moved past that. The fact that they didn't want to talk about it, I was like, I think Everbank Stadium might still be in their heads.
I was surprised the Jim Harbaugh team wasn't more physical. But I think we took their will. I really do. I think we just showed, like, who knows? Maybe they thought, man, they barely beat so-and-so. They gave up, last week. We should be able to beat them. I know it's not going to be easy, but whatever. And the next thing you know, they get punched in the mouth, and they're like, whoa, we're in for a game, and maybe they're not ready for it. I don't know, but it just seemed like, Herbert was off because we harassed them. Throw a line. I mean, they just grabbed their left tackle off the street in Trevor Penning. Yeah. Now, he was a first-round pick, so it's not like he's been working, somewhere.
Yeah, and maybe they saw the Jags injury report, too, and they thought, well, no Brian Thomas Jr., no Jordan Lewis, no Eric Murray, no Anton Harrison, right? No Brenton Strange. Like, the list goes on, which, by the way, shout out to Quentin Morris, who I don't know if he gets enough credit for what he does, not just special teams, obviously, but his blocking yesterday was tremendous. And
he had a pancake.
He absolutely had a pancake. And then on the other side of things, Devin Lloyd, I felt like he seemed like he was much more, at least closer to 100% in watching. And he obviously had a huge hit early in that game.
You talk, that's momentum right there, right? Right. So they get the sack. Next play, they try the screen, and he lights the dude up.
Yeah, he did.
That just gets everything just on fire, man. It's so fun.
Absolutely. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, the injuries continued to pile up. We saw at one point Greg Newsome obviously was out with the ankle injury. Not sure what his status will be. We saw Bashal Tootin with an ankle injury.
Trayvon had something.
Trayvon Walker.
You even heard him
had a knee injury.
You could hear it on the TV when someone landed on him. He goes, or something like that. Oof. But goodness, it was minor.
And obviously, he was able to come back in, which was huge for this team. Because this team, obviously, we've learned the pass rush needs both Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker playing well. And then you also saw Ezra Cleveland go in the injury tent for a little bit. And so there were, for this team, they were starting to get down to guys that haven't seen that much playing time. Ryan Lane was in at safety at one point in time, too. He
was. Yeah, he got a chance to play. I tell you what's an interesting stat. I didn't know it till after the game. But remember we were talking with Eric Armstead on Friday about Mekhi Becton.
Yes.
He got benched at halftime. So Eric must have been abusing him big time because he benched his guard.
I'm glad you
at
mentioned
halftime.
Eric.
How about that?
That is that's that means you're.
He was attacking
getting some
him. I
work
was
done.
watching
Yeah.
him early, man. He was coming off the line. Like, remember Liam was like that. That's what he was saying to his D line after last week. Get off the ball.
Correct.
Like
Get off the rock.
urgency.
Yeah.
Like get off the rock. Like let's go. And you could see it from the get go. Those guys were firing off the ball.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, Eric. We did not realize it was your birthday on Saturday when we interviewed you on Friday.
Yeah.
So
Happy
obviously this
birthday.
Friday we'll make sure to
How
tell
old
him
is
happy belated
that young
birthday.
man?
31.
31.
I'm pretty sure.
Man, he's been playing for a long time. I think he was 20 as a rookie. Like I think he was 20 years. I think he was a young rookie.
That
Good
makes
for
sense.
him.
Yeah, he
man.
was 31. Okay, so he turned 32.
Okay, 32.
And I was
Good for
listening
him.
to Danny Sturgow had his press conference a little bit earlier, and he met with the media via Zoom, I should say. And he was saying how he gives the veteran guys like a little bit of ribbing, as in like when they played their first NFL snap, he wasn't even playing varsity high school football yet.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, obviously he's got a great room. Both Green and Sturgow
Yeah.
have a great room.
They can
learn
rush
from.
too. Listen, during camp, we were watching 92 and 95. We're like, oh, they're down on the depth chart, but every chance they got, normally it was with the threes. Right. On occasion, you saw Green the second come up on the twos and the ones on occasion. And they were like, wow, these guys are getting around. Now, granted, everybody was beating our tackles then. But they were shining. You're like, okay, you could see why they made the team. That was first and foremost.
Absolutely.
You knew that you had a good idea that they were gonna be there in the end.
And it is interesting. Emmanuel Agba was inactive yesterday. My guess is we'll see more of that, him being inactive, and more of Green and Sturgow being on the field.
When you make plays
on the grass,
you get more opportunity. And they definitely deserve it.
You got that right. All right, Tom's takeaways await on the other side on this Big Chief Tire Monday, a Victory Monday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels from the Greenlaw Group Studios.
This is your escape. This is your next adventure. This is Mazda, and this is Mazda at the Avenues. Lauren Brooks here. Right now, purchase any new Mazda model, and Mazda at the Avenues will match your down payment or your payments for 1 full year. Plus, every new Mazda comes with 3 years, 36,000 miles of maintenance at no additional charge to you. This is luxury, and this is the start of something new. This is Mazda at the Avenues. For complete details, call 904-430-8047.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday on Helmets and Heels.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush and call Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $149 and a 4th room free with a canned food donation. Plus $75 off air ducts as well. Book online anytime at ZeroResJacksonville.com.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein and Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, Forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Welcome back on this Big Chief Tire Monday. Tom, I looked at my rundown from a week ago, and this is what I had written. The NFL is a funny league. The Jaguars can bounce back to beat the Chargers. ... I hope. That is what the NFL is, though. Just when you think you know what a football team is going to do, they surprise you and they do something else, and that is exactly what we saw yesterday. We didn't think this team in the Jacksonville Jaguars could get enough of a pass rush, and we didn't think the offensive line would play well against the Chargers, and we were proven wrong on both of those fronts.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to get into the takeaways, but that's what my takeaway is about. We didn't even talk about it.
No, we did not. This is
break.
Synergy.
It's just that any given Sunday thing. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, look, even bad teams have good football players on them.
Of course.
And sometimes
Look
they
at Myles
just
Garrett.
click. Sometimes they just click.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the team clicks. Look at the Browns. They took the Ravens for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were going toe to toe for a while. Obviously, troubles on offense, but you know, you just never know with any given Sunday. And if you're prepared, you can beat anybody. And what does that mean? That just means, look, whoever you're going against. Like, we thought the Chargers, not that they thought, our Jaguars thought, but the Chargers, we thought, oh, my, they're going to throw it all over the place. Because why? Because we don't affect the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't hit the quarterback. And guess what? We affected the quarterback. And now you're like, well, heck, he's not hitting anybody because we're in his face all the time. So that's that any given Sunday thing. And that's what's beautiful about the NFL, right? Because you can be that team that's got, 3 wins on it. You could be that spoiler because you got enough talent to at least compete. Y'all play, y'all at the highest level of athletic ability, size, strength, all that stuff. And then it comes down to will and technique and, the mindset and study and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the takeaway is always be ready, because you never know when your time is going to come. And that is my takeaway today. Brought to you by our good friends at J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. You always got to be ready, LB. You never know when the opportunity is going to be presented to you.
Yes, and in this type of business, we were ready to probably discuss another loss, right? Like, that's where a lot of people's mindset was. Yes, I picked the Jags in our picks, but that's because I never pick against my teams. That's just a rule that I have. It's probably silly. But I don't like to ever root for myself being right and that mean that my team loses. So I just always pick my team. And I was very glad that I did because, they definitely came out yesterday. And I would say from the very first whistle, you knew, like, maybe not the Jags were going to win, but you knew that it was a different feeling type of a game for them.
Well, look, I lost faith in them for a little bit, right? Yeah, they've gained it back. I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, I'm not just going to sit there and be like, oh, no, they're going to, like,
right.
Look, I didn't think they were going to win. I did not like the way they played the week before. I thought they played pretty bad, pretty poorly, obviously giving up that lead. So I was pretty ticked off, and I didn't have faith that D-line was all of a sudden going to show up or that the O-line was all of a sudden, going to show up, but they did. And whether that's, Liam, just making sure that they were ticked off all week, or just the players in that room saying, hey, man, we've really let one go. They all, look, not all of them, but a good amount of them have played in a playoff game before, at least one. There's nothing like it. Like, there is nothing like getting into the postseason. It takes a lot of work to get there. That's why now that you're especially 6-4, you got to hone it in even more.
Especially a home playoff game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, any to me, but yes, a home for sure, especially for the fans in a hometown crowd. But that's your mentality as you move forward. What do we say? November, December. This is where it gets separated. This is where the playoff teams emerge, and the ones that aren't going to be there, they fall off.
Contenders and the pretenders.
Right, exactly. And it's a great time of year.
Yeah, you wonder, what do the Chargers do from here, like after a loss like that? But then that's where the Jags were, with the way that they lost that game in Houston.
Yeah.
There's no worse feeling for a defense. Obviously, the offense, the 3-and-outs didn't help, but there's no worse feeling for the defense than the way it went. And the Chargers obviously have to regroup now, and they're still a playoff team.
Well, good thing that the Chiefs lost too, so that keeps them. See, the bad thing for us, if we lost, Houston won, so and Indy won.
Right.
So we would have, that gap would have been shut. Now we're still a game ahead, where they're still, ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs because the Chiefs lost. So that's still got. Look, Denver's a good team. Denver at home is a really good team,
especially in December when that's when the Jags are going to play there. Yeah, the Colts, obviously with the bye week now, the Colts take on the Chiefs next week, and I heard the boys on Jaguars today talking about this earlier. Like, who do you root for, the Colts or the Chiefs? Just based off of the circumstances, and your gut says, well, the Chiefs. Obviously, you want the Colts to lose, but you do have the head-to-head tiebreaker, obviously with the Chiefs. So if they lose, maybe they don't even make the playoffs, right? I mean, it's a long season.
I want the better team to lose, so I want Indy to lose.
Got it.
And they're in our division. But whatever. I mean, look, we still got to play them twice.
That is correct, sir. That first game here in Jacksonville, which the Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014, you won't hear that at all leading up to that game.
Right.
By the way, I saw this yesterday. Ian Rappaport posted, sources say Jacksonville does in fact plan to continue to deploy Travis Hunter as their top wide receiver and matchup cornerback moving forward. We had the conversation yesterday, or last week, I should say. Liam Coen said it was premature to even have those conversations. I understand why he said that. He's focused on trying to win a football game. But I think that is good news as far as we saw the ramp up was happening with Travis, and we all know how talented he is at both positions. So I think it's good that they're going to continue that.
I think that's the best way. I mean, look, you can't take him out of the offense. You just can't. And I don't think you sprinkle him in either. I think what he's saying, like, you're going to cover somebody when we need you to. I can't say enough how impressive Travis Hunter was on press coverage, on man-to-man, on bump and run. I mean, he's a physical corner. I didn't expect that out of him, I guess, but he's shown that he can do it. So I like him. I mean, we saw what he can do on offense. He's too dynamic there to not have the ball in his hands. So, look, I think that's the way to go. Keep him on offense, really focus, and then when you need him on defense to cover somebody down at a critical time, critical game even, you got him at your disposal.
I like it.
Good.
All right, I want you to hear a couple cuts from Liam Coen. He met with media earlier today. When we return, you are listening to Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday. I was there last week for an oil change. It's so easy to schedule your appointment. Just go to WeKeepJacksRollin.com. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Sports sounds better on radio.
I love it.
You get the most live sports on 1010XL.
Helmets and Heels.
Protected by
Green Law Group. For the insured. Fighting for you. Waiting around for Black Friday? At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, we've already dropped Black Friday prices. That's right, thousands of vehicles priced to move now. Get zero down, no payments for 90 days, plus peace of mind with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait for the crowds. Get your Black Friday deal today. Start saving early with Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, where Black Friday starts right now. That'll wow ya.
Lauren Brooks here. With almost 1,800 five-star Google reviews, including mine, it was such an easy decision to have Closets by Design help us get organized at home. They create custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget, from closets to garages to laundry rooms and more. You can find them online at closetsbydesign.com and check out all the beautiful spaces that they can transform. They will transform clutter into seamless organization. So call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before the holidays and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. 18-month financing is available. Call them today, 904-878-9393.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday. The local Jacksonville shop for fair prices and service you can trust.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any, quote, problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
Football season is all about hanging at home and watching the big ball games. Well, if your AC and heating unit is letting you down and keeping those electric bills sky high, think about getting a new energy-efficient AC unit from Florida Home AC. They've got great deals on replacements plus rebates and incentives to make it more affordable. Call Florida Home AC at 777-4300 and get their expert staff to take a look. Football season is all about fun and playing for the win. Make sure you have the winning team on your side with Florida Home AC.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 17, 1956, Syracuse running back Jim Brown scores an NCAA record 43 points, which included 6 touchdowns and 7 extra points.
What is the smallest NFL stadium? The answer coming up.
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Soldier Field in Chicago is not only the smallest, but is also the oldest, built originally in 1924.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
We just trying to catch a good time.
Speaking of good times, on Saturday night at Hodges Stadium, the North Florida men's soccer team, we talked about it last week, how they were going to be hosting the ASUN Championship.
Yeah.
They won, Tom McManus.
All right.
Back-to-back ASUN championships for the Ospreys. And so that means, by the way, it was an overtime goal by Paul Cheshire. Okay. I looked up how to say his last name. He's French.
Like a cat.
Yeah, so golden goal for him. And that was awesome for UNF. Obviously, like I said, they played at Hodges Stadium, and they were undefeated at home this season. So now on Thursday night, they will take on North Carolina up in Chapel Hill at 6 p.m.
Really?
Yep, this Thursday for the first round of the NCAA tournament.
All
so
right.
It's so freaking cool when any of our local teams make it to an NCAA tournament, whether it is men's or women's basketball, certainly soccer, and very excited for them.
Take what the Jags
Baseball,
did
softball.
yesterday
That's
and go
right.
up to Carolina and whoop that ass, baby. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know much about the North Carolina men's soccer program. I know about the women's soccer program, and when Mia Hamm obviously went there, North Carolina women's soccer is phenomenal. But like I said, I don't know that much about North Carolina
Just
men's
knock
soccer.
them
But
around like the Jags did. You'll be fine.
exactly, yeah. Except in soccer, you can't really knock them
You
around.
can
but
knock them a little.
Same difference.
They get each other decently.
I know your point. All right, speaking of a guy who knocked people around, here's Liam Coen from earlier today talking about the return of his left guard, Ezra Cleveland.
Yeah, really proud of Ezra. We needed him. He responded. He's violent. He wants to play. He's explosive. He's one of our most explosive players on the team. He showed that in the offseason workouts. Ezra wants to play with a mean streak and kind of beat you in a phone booth, and he has the opportunity to do that. He can beat you at the second level, and he had some great finishes on some runs down the field, especially late in that game on the last drive, where he's finishing guys about 5-7 yards down the field. So needed him, stepped up in a big way, and going to continue to need that moving forward from Ezra.
Yeah, man. That's the mentality. That's O-line mentality. When you got that across the board, look out. Finishing blocks is every young lineman out there. If you're the parents of young linemen, just tell them to finish the block, drive them into the ground, bury them into the earth. It's a good thing. You might hurt them a little, but it's okay. It's football. That's what all offensive linemen should watch how the good offensive linemen finish blocks. That's what stands out on tape. When a recruiter's looking at your school, or if they could be coming to look at somebody else, if they see an old lineman pancaking everybody all the time, they're like, hey, whose number so-and-so? That kid, he wrecks everybody. I want to take a look at him. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way to play offensive line.
Yeah, and Wyatt Milam at least got in the game yesterday. Yeah. Didn't see much from him, but you have to wonder what this Jags offensive line is going to look like next week, this Sunday, I should say, at Arizona.
I tell you, what? I wouldn't switch it. Even if Anton's healthy.
So you'd leave Cole Van Lanen at right tackle. I get that.
It's almost like a hot hand with a running back. Like, just go with the hot hand.
Which is so funny you say that, because the Jags had 2 running backs yesterday with hot hands, which is why you saw, obviously, and they ran the ball 47 times, so all 3 ended up getting touches. But, yeah, I feel like it could be Cole Van Lanen, especially if Anton Harrison doesn't practice again this week with the injuries.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Don't break what's not, or don't fix what's not broken, right? It looks pretty good right now. You're not supposed to lose your job to injury. I get that, but at the same time, you got to put the best 5 out there.
Which is crazy, because Anton Harrison had been one of the better offensive linemen. Did he struggle at times? For sure.
Yeah, he was getting beat too, though. That's the problem. At bad times, he wasn't getting beat all the time. But unfortunately for tackles, especially when you give up big plays, people don't forget about them. You might forget the guards, missing here and there, like Hainsey missing, on the loop around last week. It does stand. Cole Van Lanen played well at right tackle last year, and he never really got a shot at it this year. He's that physical lineman we all want, that pissed off, just what Coach was talking about Ezra, that's him. And, man, I don't know. That's what I would do. Look.
Now I can't argue.
You're still going to need Anton. We go 6, we go 7 sometimes. We're going to need you.
Or if Walker Little struggles against Arizona, would you then switch it up and put Anton in at left and have Cole at right? I just think they have some combinations that they can work through.
It gives them flexibility for sure. All I'm saying is I think Cole Van Lanen has shown that he can definitely be your right tackle, without question.
Did you meet any of his family members over the weekend?
No. Well, actually, I think it was in a dream, because I can't quite remember. No, it was late at Pete's. No, they were very nice people for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's always fun getting to meet players' parents. They're always
if they're at Pete's, they got some good stock in them. You know what I'm saying?
You got that right. Yeah. So the Jaguars, speaking of Arizona, have to take on Calais Campbell this Sunday.
How about it? Yeah.
The mayor.
He can wreck people still. So again, you gotta. This is what we're talking. We got to duplicate this stuff. You got to make sure everything you did last week, do it again this week. Whether that's taking care of your body, your mind, whatever. Go on and maybe you went on a date night with your wife on Thursday night, and it was a great night. So maybe do that over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
It's funny. So because of the fair, normally we park in the fairgrounds lot. The media does, but because of the fair, obviously we were rerouted to a different lot yesterday. No big deal. Well, so the parking attendant at the lot after the game said to me, "Well, you're going to have to park here next home game too, because of the way that game went." Yeah. And I was like, "Here's the tricky part. I don't have a parking pass for this lot anymore. I'm gonna be back at the fairgrounds." But I understand his point, because I'm superstitious as well. All right, I mentioned Liam Coen when he was meeting with media earlier today. Talked about the middle toss plays, and here's what that sounded like.
Yeah, it just gets the ball back a little bit deeper to them immediately. Gets the ball in their hands with more depth than just maybe a handoff does sometimes. And now it gives the defense maybe an illusion that it's going wider than it is. And it was able to then kind of wind back as it was designed as a tight zone run. So, it helps get the second and third level maybe a little bit more lateral with the motion that was kind of associated with it, and then bringing the other tight end back across to create some misdirection inside to make their eyes get a little bit dirtier than maybe you're really making it. So it was definitely a good job by our offensive line coaches and run game guys kind of coming up with a scheme and the players going and executing at a high level.
I've paid attention to football for a long time. I've never heard eyes getting dirtier.
Well, he's saying that the tight end flashing in front of you on the trap it should fool you into thinking it's something that it's not. That's the whole idea.
Right.
I think also for the backs, when they like bubble out a little, it gives them the opportunity to really see where the hole is going to be, because they have three, like typically the front side, up the middle, or back side, right? They're going to cut it back, and it's hard like when you get the ball and you're 3 yards from it as opposed to maybe 5. He's got a little more vision to see where that maybe hole is going to open up for you, and it worked tremendously. As far as I'm thinking it's going to be a pitch, it's not the same motion as a pitch. It kind of is, but it just goes straight back. So that maybe fool him once. I don't know if you fool him more than once, but the eye's dirty. That could fool you, because typically you think that if that's a trap, then the play's coming this way, and they were running it the other way, right? So then you're all discombobulated.
Yeah, we love that misdirection for sure.
Yeah, it screws you up.
It does, and I feel like they set up that touchdown to Tim Patrick so well because of how good that run game was. It was funny listening to Liam Coen's press conference last night, just how hoarse he was.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy was yelling during this game.
Now that's a game you run into the locker room screaming your head off, because that was a total whooping. And I know he's proud of his guys. And like you hear him say responded, right? Even said with Ezra. So maybe he challenged Ezra. He said, hey, man, I need you to be vicious. I need you to lead your old linemen into viciousness. And they played like it. I mean, they really did. So
totally
hats off to them, man, because that's not an easy thing to do for 60 minutes, to play that kind of way.
Absolutely. There was a run play early in the game. I can't remember if it was Etienne or Tootin, but the Jaguars actually gained like 7 or 8 yards on first down with the run. And I was like, I don't know that we've seen this in quite some time. That is certainly a good sign. That's going to bode well for this game. All right, more to do on the other side, including Lawrence Lane. You're listening to Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It takes all cylinders working together to complete a successful drive.
We need a drive right now.
Listen for the Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville drive of the game
Need a drive right now.
on 1010XL.
We gotta finish.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. By now, y'all know I love Hello Smooth Med Spa. From laser hair removal to Botox, skin rejuvenation, and so much more, they are the go-to for all things skin health and beauty. And I'm so excited because their biggest event of the year is this Wednesday. The event features their best sales of the year, plus it's an all-day party. There will be a local coffee cart, a DJ, and lots of other local vendors, plus the event benefits Make-A-Wish. It is the perfect time to grab a gift for a loved one or treat yourself. Hello Smooth is helping me look my best. Come see for yourself this Wednesday at Hello Smooth. For more information, check out Hello Smooth on social media or head to hellosmooth.com.
Big Chief Tire Monday on Helmets and Heels.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyric.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
They're experts on the Jaguars.
This is where it all starts.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today, 10 to noon weekdays.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Tired of roofers who never answer the phone and just use AI?
I'm Morgan Conley, the People's Roofer. I answer every call. No robots, no runaround. I'm born here, built here, staying here. Visit MorganConleyRoofing.org.
Now, the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The good guys continued to make big plays over the weekend in Duval, and one of which would help put the game away. In the fourth quarter, Trevor Lawrence would find Tim Patrick for a 1-yard touchdown, making the score 28-6 with 11:38 left in regulation. The Tim Patrick score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Hi, folks. Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Calling all poker players. The leaves are falling, but the poker is hot at Best Bet St. Augustine. Cash in on all the excitement with InstaPay every day, game day lucky seats, and daily tournaments and high hand promotions. Then don't miss out on the $400 no-limit hold'em, $40,000 guaranteed St. Augustine Championship, November 29th. Best Bet St. Augustine off I-95, exit 311. For all the details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. Gators Hoops had a big-time rivalry win last night right here in Jacksonville, beating Miami 82-68 to improve to this season's record to 3-1. Alex Condon led the Gators in scoring with 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. The Gators will have a few days off to recover before hosting Merrimack Friday night at 7 o'clock. It's 72 degrees at 3:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
1, 2, 3, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so.
From McManus, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you. Taylor Dahl has the day off. She'll be back with us tomorrow, but we are celebrating a Victory Monday around these parts. It's an additional Victory Monday because, as you just heard Max say, Florida won in men's basketball last night over Miami. Time now for Lauren's Lane.
Now, Lauren's Lane, driven by Mazda at the Avenues. This is luxury. This is Mazda at the Avenues.
So what's coming to Lauren's Lane today is Florida won 82-68 over Miami in the arena last night. Great Gators crowd, I will say. Tons of Gator fans there last night, which I wasn't sure what the crowd would be like because it was at 8:30 and also following a Jags home game makes it tricky. But I know lots of people that went to the Jags game and then also went to the men's basketball game, which was fun. But Florida is still in a shooting slump when it comes to Boogie Flan and Xavier Lee. However, they do have one guy that can shoot the basketball, Tom. His name is Urban Klavjar, and he hit 4 threes last night. Here's one of those threes.
Hasn't quite been the same man yet. Klavjar likes to shoot it and drains it.
So that was when there was about 10 minutes left in the game, and that put Florida up 59-47. And that was when Florida's run kind of started to go to the point where you knew Miami was going to have a tough time coming back.
So are you expecting them to be a good outside shooting team? Because last year they were phenomenal, right?
Last year they were phenomenal. So they would have some stretches where like one of the guys would go cold, but because they had 3 terrific guards, the other ones would step up. Absolutely.
Okay.
But now you've got these 2 transfer guards, Boogie Flan from Arkansas, Xavier Lee from Princeton, and they just cannot hit a 3 to save their lives is what it feels like. And because you were billed that they were going to be such good guards, and obviously shooting comes with that, you expected it to look totally different than what it has so far. They missed all 10 of their shots from deep last night.
Ooh.
All 10 between the 2 of them.
10?
The 2 of them were 0 from 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Urban Klavjar hit 4 of 7 3-pointers.
Go do a layup then if you can't hit it from outside.
Which the reason Florida's so talented and right now a top 10 team in the country, as the latest AP poll came out a little bit ago, is because of their front court, as we've detailed. They have guys that are gigantic. I was talking to JJ La Selva, who got to see them in person last night, and they just run big man after big man at you. And even if someone gets into foul trouble, or in the case of last night, Micah Hanlogton took a forearm to the head, and so Todd Golden kept him out. Yeah, he's probably fine, but just to be on the safe side. But you've still got an Alex Connon. You've still got a Ruben Chinyelu. You've still got a Thomas Houck, right? So even if Hanlogton isn't in the game, you've still got those other 3 big guys. And so right now, Florida's game is basically kick it inside, have somebody dribble inside, one of the guards, and then kick it back out, and then miss the 3, and then, oh, wait, that's not how we're supposed to play. Let's do the opposite. Let's have the guard have it out, and then kick it inside, and then let the big man do their
feed the
work.
big man if you're not hitting it outside, right?
Right. Yeah. But you know what they say, shooters keep shooting. And so if you're Todd Golden, you don't want to tell these guards to not shoot from 3, but at some point you feel like it has to change.
0 for 10, I think you got to stop shooting. I'd be dishing that one inside.
Yeah, and that's where, the game plan was smart, because the trio of Condon, Houck, and Chinyelu had 52 points, and they made 20 of their 31 shots overall with plus 27 rebounds. That's what makes this team so good, is the elite defense, and also the rebounding.
So if they meet a team, though, with some big people, they better get the shooting going, or they're going to have a little.
And that's what happened against Arizona. Arizona has a tremendous.
They got the big dudes,
true freshmen.
They're freshmen, Yeah.
So that's obviously Florida's loss on the season, that one in Vegas, as they met with Arizona, who's now a top 4 team. So the latest AP poll when it comes to men's basketball, Purdue 1, Houston 2, UConn 3, Arizona 4, and then Duke is number 5. Florida and Duke square off in just a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They're at Cameron Indoor. And then, like I said, Florida is ranked 10th in the country. So many SEC teams, like there normally are, in the top 25 as well.
Yeah, it's early, but they're starting to crack some down, right? Stacking them up.
You got
10th
that
in the
right.
country is great. Where'd they start? 3 or 4, something like that?
Started
Gators?
ranked, I think 3rd.
Yeah, got a long season. You know, it's funny.
Either
like
2nd or 3rd.
I know. Look, the purists like you love college hoop at any time. You watch college, especially your team, right?
Yeah.
You look on ESPN.com, they still don't have a tab yet for men's basketball. I'm like, you got to go to other sports and then college men's sport. I'm like, where's college basketball, man? So they got to fix that, but I'm sure that's coming after or around the holidays, right? Right around Christmas time. Doesn't it get like really going on with the NBA?
Yeah.
They get going and then.
I would say people start paying attention to men's college basketball more probably like late January.
Other than the big games, like Duke and Florida. You're going to tune into that to watch it.
Yeah, midweek games right now, obviously, because it's not going opposite football. But basketball is always going to lose when it comes to
I'm sure live's way better. Like, you probably had a blast last night.
Yeah, we had a great
that's
time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that this is the 2nd year in a row that Jacksonville and VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena have hosted Florida.
It's great.
So it's and yes, to your point, certain sports in person transcend the television. Like, I've only seen one NHL game live in person, and I couldn't believe how much better it was than watching on TV.
Doubt.
And now I don't really enjoy watching on TV. I want to go to another game. Obviously, need to go to the Iceman here in town, but to get a hockey fix. But yeah, basketball. I mean, first of all, too, how often do you see guys that are 6'10" and above? And
moving
with
the way
that,
they move.
right, with that athletic ability. So, Miami, I think, will have a decent season. They've got the transfer from Indiana, Malik Renault, who's really good. But, they just have a little bit of work to do. And they came up against a buzzsaw in Florida.
It's funny. I remember this was years ago when Jacksonville hosted, I think, the first round of the NCAA, and LSU came to town. They had Big Baby, and he tried to dunk, and the rim blocked him, I think. But the whole time I kept thinking, he's a left tackle. Like, I didn't even. I was watching the game. I was like, that dude shouldn't play hoop. He should play. I know he played a lot in the NBA with the Celtics and whatnot, but that's what gets in my mind. I'm like, oh wow, that'd be a great receiver, great tight end, great left tackle, because they are so athletic and they're so massive. That's what's really. I mean, even the guards, you think they're small, they're 6'4",
right? And
they're running around like crazy. But then you see those big dudes, like you mentioned, and you're like, holy cow, man! That's seeing them in person. It blows your mind.
Especially Olivier Rioux, who's 7'9".
Oh,
I remember last year when we went to the game,
Yeah.
Florida played USF. Seeing him in person for the first time was like, oh my
But
word.
remember, like Manute Bol, he ran weird, so it's kind of like weird. You know what I mean? It wasn't like.
But look at Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
no, I
7'4".
know. Right,
so
right.
It's
amazing
can be done.
how we've evolved.
Yeah, you got that right. All right, Tom McManus wants to talk about Bill O'Brien on the other side. We will do that and talk some college football. You're listening to Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday. You can find them online at WeKeepJacksRollin.com. Whether you need tires, brake services, wheel alignments, or oil changes, that's where I go. You should as well. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
When all the games are in the books, it's time to take a closer look. Post-game Monday. Dive into Sunday's matchups and break down the key moments, surprising plays, and everything in between. Prepared by Dandy Foods on 1010XL.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY and take the fear out of the fight. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, Jag fans, Tom McManus here. Crown Royal is a proud partner of our Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. So grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing that generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with the generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Remember, drink responsibly.
It's a Helmets and Heels Big Chief Tire Monday.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
Balancing books and the grind of daily practice is what it takes to be a scholar athlete. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show, kept healthy by
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists
and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234
on 1010XL.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I've been telling you how proud I am of my daughter Amber, who's lost so much weight on Awaken 180. But it's been a while now, so I wonder if it's something she can maintain. So I sort of asked her, how's it going?
So far, so good, Dad. But you're right, it has been a while. But that's the beauty of the Awaken 180 plan. There's so much variety in the food choices. You don't get bored.
You look great. Do you feel better?
I feel so much better. And I know it's because of the weight loss and how it's changed my lifestyle. So there's no chance I won't sustain it.
Well, what about over the holidays? Look, you grew up in our home, and you know we love the holidays.
Oh, I still plan on enjoying the holidays. I just plan on doing it by eating right. And I've already had the conversation with my coach. She understands the challenges of the holidays, and she's guided so many folks just like me through this. We've already made a plan.
So take my kid's word for it. Awaken 180 works. It's sustainable, even over the holidays. So change your life by calling 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pest Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Tom McManus, RJ Saunders. I'm Lauren Brooks with you. Taylor Dahl on vacation today. She will return tomorrow. All right, Tom. So I had the unfortunate decision of selecting Georgia Tech to beat Boston College by 16.5 points or more. Obviously, now looking back, that was a terrible decision on my part because Boston College had its best output of this freaking season and barely lost to Georgia Tech 36-34. But we did see Bill O'Brien had a little bit of a meltdown during the game.
He did, man. He snapped. Listen, Bill and I are good friends. I love the way Bill coaches, and I guess my grit speech didn't work this year for the Boston College Eagles. They've just been awful all
I don't think
year,
anyone blames you.
But look, they gave Georgia Tech a run for their money. They almost had them. We watched the end of it. He snapped because he felt like the QB, I think, was over the line of scrimmage, and they didn't call it right away. But I think review would have shown it. But he really snapped, and it was one of those things where, like, I laugh at it because I know what it feels like, and he's trying to get his headset off, and it gets stuck or something, and then he just snaps even further, and he's like, "Rawr!" And then someone steps on the wire, and then he's really pissed off, and he's just flinging it and then they gave him a 15-yard penalty. It was bad because it helped Georgia Tech with some momentum late in the game too. Yeah. So, but whatever, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Boston College, came so close to getting its second win of the season.
Yeah, it's been a tough year. Listen, when I went there 88 to 92, I didn't win till 92 with Coughlin. And my first year with Coughlin, we didn't win. We were 4-7. We went like 2-9, 3-8, 2-9, 4-7, and then 8-3-1 on my fifth year. We ended up going to the Hall of Fame Bowl. So at least we had a good 1 year. But man, that's one thing that's great about Boston College is we always, before the portal, we always stuck together even when we lost. You know what I mean? And we'd stick together off the field, on the field. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of thing. But yeah, it's tough when you lose, man. And you're frustrated. And he knows as a coach, any coach out there, SEC included, they know the press. The pressure's unbelievable. If you don't, and especially at different schools, like where everyone's talking about Lane in Florida, or like you've said many times, LB, he could stay at Ole Miss and win 10 games, and everybody's happy forever. It's great. But you win 10 games in Florida without winning the national title, no, that's not good enough, right? Or other teams, Bama included, probably Georgia, throw them in the mix, LSU, right? But for Ole Miss, that's a great year. Look, BC would take 8-9 wins every year and be very happy with that.
That is.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, if that's what they want. And that's what they're going for.
The problem is once you sniff that type of success, like even, for instance, Mississippi State, who isn't necessarily a great football team year in and year out, but at one point in time they were ranked first in the country. It's been a while, but that happened. So once your fan base has that success, they then expect it year after year.
Well, look, and then it goes in waves, right? So just using BC as an example, the Flutie wave was massive, and people thought we should be
Yeah.
Going to that standard. Matt Ryan got us to second or third, I think, one year. And then you think, well, why can't we do that I'm just telling you, at least from my perspective, BC would love a top 10 finish every quarter of a century. It'd be great. You know what? Other than that, they take the 8-9 wins or whatever.
And that's why when in the offseason last year, this year, you've heard people refer to Florida's fan base as toxic. I don't think that there's a football team or football fan base in the country that has won the national championship in the last 30 years that people wouldn't put in the quote unquote toxic.
Obnoxious, toxic.
Like toxic as in they're spoiled and nothing will please them and things like that. And the expectations are unrealistic is what people had said. But you look at, Alabama did lose to Oklahoma, obviously, on Saturday.
Game.
It was a
fun
good
game to watch.
And Oklahoma destroyed Alabama last year. So you can understand they had confidence going into that game. But take Alabama had they won that game. What if Alabama wins the national championship? A year after Ohio State wins the national championship.
Right.
That would be two coaches that were on the hot seat back-to-back years winning. Again, I don't know that Alabama's going to win it this year, but that's just how, if you want to say Florida's fan base is toxic, well, then Ohio State's fan base is toxic.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Alabama's fan base is
for
toxic.
sure. USC's was probably toxic at one time.
It's called passionate. But, to your point about Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, this is their bye week, so this is a huge decision I would imagine looming for him as far as if he's going to sign an extension with Ole Miss. People believe that it would be this weekend. Or this week leading up to the bye weekend. Yeah. But obviously, in his post game, it's not like he wanted to address it head on that he was staying.
Well, let's look at Cignetti at Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
What are I know what his expectations are. I'm sure he wants to win a title.
Yeah.
That's what he would say. But what
now
is
to
Indiana?
Make the college football playoff.
Now, every year.
Every year.
Okay, fair. And that's fair. You're getting $100 million guaranteed money. You better be in the playoff every year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know that they can reach that. But again, they've been able to do it with two different quarterbacks, and we look at other coaches.
Another 10-win season, right? They got their 10th win this year or this week.
This week, yeah. So by the way, speaking of Ole Miss, Kewan Lacey is still running. I don't know how closely you paid attention to him. 31 carries, 224 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But despite all that, Florida was still in the game. It DJ Lagway threw a bad interception and ended up losing 34-24 on the road in Oxford. I feel like the coaching carousel has dominated college football this year, and it has robbed us of some games that I feel like we should be talking about more. Like that Texas A&M South Carolina game.
Oh,
did you see the in-game interview with Shane Beamer?
No, I didn't.
So
I'm sure it was emotional as heck.
This was when they were up, and so it must have been. I want to say it was between the first and second quarter, but either way, it was when South Carolina was up, and he's like, "Well, we beat this team by 24 last year, so of course we're going to be confident."
Right.
And then South Carolina fails to win the football game.
Yeah.
A&M just drove time after time, touchdown after touchdown.
I think Marcel took over. He's like,
Marcel Reed is
he was
super
unbelievable
talented.
with his feet, with his arm. I didn't watch it play. I watched the highlights, and it was absolutely incredible.
It was a riveting football game.
No doubt. And listen, those games are great to watch, especially when you don't have a fight in them. You know what I mean?
Dog in the fight.
Yeah, sorry, dog. Whatever. You know what I mean?
I knew exactly what
you're
you
just
meant.
having a good time watching them
But
go
I
back
thought
and
when
forth.
Sellers, wow, this is going to be that
Yeah.
game where finally he gets, the attention, or he's gotten attention. He just hasn't played well, but finally he gets the game where everyone's talking about him for playing super well. But they couldn't score a point in the second half.
What a massive loss that would have been for A&M. I mean, massive.
And what a massive win for Shane
And
Bieber.
big
and a team
win.
that obviously now fell to 3-7. But A&M still undefeated. First time they've been undefeated this late in the year. I want to say since like the 60s, maybe.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking about it. So if I'm Boston College, you got to decide: do I want to be in the running for the playoffs every year? That's not a lot to ask, I don't think, in today's day and age. Do you?
It's a 12-team playoff, so I guess it depends.
Will it get to 16? You think? Did we think that or no?
They've discussed expanding.
Would you want
but
16 or 12?
I'm good with 12.
12's
I was
enough.
also good with 4.
Okay.
So I think
4.
we're not going to leave the national championship out. But either way, we're at 12 at this point in time.
Right.
If they go to 16, that would be because the Big Ten, the SEC agree on that, and right now they don't agree on that.
No, because they're all in the top 12. What do they care?
They're going to get their money either way.
Okay, 12 would be tough, but not for Indiana when you put up $100 million. And if you do Ole Miss like that, they better be in the top 12.
Indiana and Texas Tech are the prime examples of teams that pushed their chips in, and Texas Tech especially with the NIL dollars, but Indiana obviously, like you mentioned, with the dollars, the $93 million guaranteed for Curt Cignetti, they decided they do want to be all in. And I think for some fan bases right now, Florida State, for example, like Florida State season obviously has gone off the rails a little bit after they beat Alabama. And you feel like Mike Norvell isn't the guy, but unless you're willing to push all your chips in and fire him and pay that buyout for him and his entire staff, you feel like you're just going to be doing this year in and year out.
Got to have a QB, LB. You know it, right? And they missed.
You got to pay the right one.
2 years ago. And Thomas, I know he got hurt, so maybe that would have worked out a little bit better, but it didn't really hit on him either. No disrespect to the young man. I know he tried.
Yeah. You can put that on a shirt. Got to have a QB, LB.
You do, though, right? I mean, any level, it feels like. You got to at least have a serviceable quarterback that's not going to cost you a football game.
And
maybe not carry you, but you can't, you can't cost your team a game. You got to be good enough.
With that sentiment in mind, can Gunnar Stockton win the Heisman Trophy?
They keep winning. Why not?
Obviously, Fernando Mendoza, Julian Sayin, those are guys that are at
just
the top of the list. Yeah, just say your guy, just saying. But I feel like Gunnar Stockton's a guy that no one had the expectations for him that they should have.
Yeah, and he's a good runner too, passer and runner. He's a tough kid. I like the way he plays. I like the way Mateer plays too. Oklahoma, right? Yeah, Mateer, isn't that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, John Mateer.
He was a tough kid, man. It's tough playing that position. I mean, it is. It's a tough, one of the toughest positions in all of football, including in major college football, without a doubt.
Absolutely. Georgia, by the way, in case you weren't paying attention, rolled Texas 35-10. That one was close heading into the fourth quarter, and then Georgia blew
That
Texas
was one
away.
game we all had, I think. Didn't we all have Georgia?
We
in that?
did.
Yeah.
But anytime in our college picks that we all pick the same one, it's no fun.
No, right. Right, because we just wipe each other out,
Correct.
right? Yep.
Yeah, we all picked Alabama, all got that wrong. Then we all picked Georgia, all got that one correct. But yeah, speaking of quarterbacks, we talked about it to start the show. Trevor Lawrence starts off a little rocky yesterday, and the Trevor haters are obviously going to come out on social media in droves. But then he really settled in, and I don't know if it was the wristband, I don't know if it was the offensive line, obviously the way that they were running the football that made him so comfortable, having the addition of Jacoby Myers there, who he can trust. But maybe we've seen kind of and we've said this before, I know, in 2022, maybe we've seen the switch flip for Trevor.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at my notes while you're talking. It felt like in the third quarter, it just started clicking a little bit better. And he was throwing it on time and not waiting for them to get open. He did it to Jacoby. He did it to Tim. It was just good, like, on-time throws, which, he's gotten better at in weeks. Remember I pointed out the two in the one game, I think it was last week, or 2 weeks ago. I think him taking off the run, I think the play call was spot on. And he had a running game. And he had no line blocking for him. So, it comes together. And I just want to say this, because, you look at, like, his stats, okay? You look at other QB stats. There are a lot of QBs that tore it up yesterday. I mean, Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns. Bryce Young had 4, I think, and threw for 450. You saw Brock Purdy throw for 3. I don't care what. Now, fantasy geeks might care. No, I don't mean geeks, but you know what I mean. Fantasy people might care. I don't care what he throws for. I just don't want him to give the game away.
Right.
So that he came back and rectified what he did in the first half and did it in the second half. To me,
that rushing touchdown, I don't think he was touched.
And that's a good game to me, like for Trevor. He didn't wow me with anything. It wasn't outstanding, but it was good enough to win. And that's all we need him to do right now. I don't care that he was the first pick. I don't care expectation. Just help your team win. Make the throws when you can. Look, that first half, he threw a couple shaky, not just the pick. He threw a couple. You're like, Trev, you're off. You're not hitting them, and you missed the one where you could have run on the one down. Just things that happen. But I've come to expect that out of Trevor, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not. He is what he is. He's going to show you flashes of brilliancy. He'll show you flashes of he really knows what he's doing, and he's really confident in time and everything. And you'll be like, this is it. And then there'll be flashes of, what in the hell are you doing? Like, what are you seeing? Why are you throwing it there? Or what's going on? Because it blows your mind. But then again, for me, as long as they win, Lauren, Who cares?
But don't you think outside of a few of the elite quarterbacks, if you watched other NFL quarterbacks just as closely as you watched Trevor, and this is a macro conversation, not just Tom McManus specifically, I think if most people watched other quarterbacks as closely as they watch Trevor Lawrence here, they'll see other quarterbacks do the same thing, make some boneheaded decisions, and then play really well at times too.
I think for
like
me,
Sam Darnold, for instance.
It's the QBs that take over, and they're going to carry your team. I don't think Trevor does that or has done that. Maybe he can, but I don't think he has. You look at other QBs yesterday, they carried. I mean, Josh Hines-Allen was. Josh
Allen, yeah. Josh Hines-Allen.
He was awesome too.
Is paid like a quarterback.
Yeah, but Josh Allen was pretty outstanding yesterday. He took that team and he said, "I'm getting."
And I understand that's a question people have, but Trevor has led this team. Not to defend him, but just if you look at this season alone, there's been several fourth quarter comebacks.
Yeah,
and that is him putting the team on his back. But is he going to be the guy that if things are going poorly? Things are going on around him poorly. Is he able to still perform well?
Yeah.
That's, I think, a question that still is
that's
legit.
fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, and look, it's not easy. We saw Herbert struggle yesterday, big time.
Right.
Big time.
Everybody outside of maybe Jags fans, but everybody in the NFL would have said, "I'll take Justin Herbert over Trevor Lawrence
all day
and twice on Sunday." And then, one quarterback under duress,
Yep.
the other quarterback. Huge protection or huge game from the offensive line, great protection, and the huge run game as well. All right, we got to cool down on the other side. We're all fired up on this Victory Monday. Keep it right here on a Big Chief Tire Monday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
From the Greenlaw Group Studios. Get the goods on Gainesville 24/7. Search 1010XL Gators on YouTube.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jags.
Helmets and Heels.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday. The local Jacksonville shop for fair prices and service you can trust.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
AA Automotive helps keep your car in dependable travel condition. Stop in today. They'll check the brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and AC to get you right back to your holiday plans. AA Automotive on Richard Street. Full service auto repair you can count on.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. It's Thanksgiving time, man. But listen, don't deal with the toughest gravy, cranberry sauce, or pumpkin pie disasters. Let the cleaning freaks do it. Get back to clean. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $149. A 4th room free with a canned food donation. Ideally, a full bag of cans, not just 1 or 2. Also, take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friend Zero Res right now, 28757, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 special. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It spells the same.
Tired of roofers who never answer the phone and just use AI?
I'm Morgan Conley, the People's Roofer. I answer every call. No robots, no runaround. I'm born here, built here, staying here. Visit morganconleyroofing.org.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Renewal by Anderson. Buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. This offer expires November 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Tim, I'm going to cool down with some roster moves for the Jacksonville Jaguars that feel like they were red hot after yesterday's defeat over the Chargers 35-6, moving them to 6-4. So they waived safety Khalif Halassi. And then earlier today, they signed to the practice squad veteran safety Juan Thornhill.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that now that Halassi's been waived, it could mean that they were making room for Thornhill to make it to the active roster.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, we've been concerned about our safety position. I'm sure they have been as well. They played better yesterday, but we see with pressure how that changes everything on the back end, and they're crazy. And they helped each other out. I mean, they were sticky in coverage, which gives that
rush and cover, baby.
The rush to get another step. So great job overall. But yeah, I could see them still shopping around for safety. Making sure just in case. I thought Antonio Johnson had a good game. I thought Wingard had a good game, but just to make sure.
Yeah, you always want to have that. Insurance in case something, because you have had obviously injuries to that safety position. We talked so much last week about how the tight end has burned this Jaguars defense time and time again. That, what was it, like early in the game, the pass to Arondé Gatson, you're thinking, and here we go again. And then the Jaguars said, nope. We're going to tighten down on that.
Yeah, they really did, too. I thought Devin Lloyd had a really good game in coverage.
I thought Dennis Gardeck played well, too.
Dennis Gardeck did play well. He absolutely did. That guy's faster than you think he is.
That's why he's so good on special teams.
Yeah, he is. He's a beast. Abdullah had a couple big hits on kickoff. Branson Combs had a couple tackles on kickoff. They were getting after him, man. That's a beautiful thing when special teams comes together, too. That means they were just all honed in. And that's what they got to do moving forward. They got to stay honed in. Just got to make sure that you're doing everything you can to even get better than you were, because you left points. Defense, there's not much you can complain about on the defense. They really balled out yesterday. They really got after it. They controlled that line. From the very first play, they were in Herbert's face.
And what are the Chargers known for?
Yep.
Physical.
Yeah.
Brand of football, running the football, pounding, down your throat and getting after the quarterback.
Yep.
And that certainly didn't happen. By the way, RJ just reminded me, Thornhill is the one that laid the hit on Brian Thomas Jr. because he played for the Steelers.
Oh, that's right.
Until they waived him November 10th, about a week ago now.
Maybe that's how they're going to get him over the drops in practice. Go across the middle. Thornhill, hit him.
I remember, obviously, BTJ getting hit. I didn't remember who laid that hit in the preseason. But
good. He's from Kansas City, too. Thornhill, right?
Yeah, he was in Kansas City.
And then
for quite some time. Yeah, as far as the Jaguars inactives yesterday, we found out no Brian Thomas Jr. for the second week in a row. And then, like we mentioned earlier, no Anton Harrison, no Jordan Lewis. Emmanuel Ogbah was inactive. Tight end Hunter Long was inactive. And then the running back Cody Schrader, who he has yet to be active this season. And then the Jaguars also, in roster moves, elevated Matt Dickerson, the defensive lineman.
Yeah, I texted you. I'm like, who's this guy?
From the practice squad to the active roster. Yeah, number 93.
Yeah.
He didn't have a stat line yesterday, but I did notice him from time to time. But yeah, I feel like James Gladstone certainly all offseason told us they were going to raise the floor, and it's the continuation of moves that the Jaguars have made to make sure that if a guy goes down, they do have a good enough backup. Like I said, if you had told me before the game that there would be no Brian Thomas Jr., no Anton Harrison, no Hunter Long, no Brenton Strange, I would have thought against this team that's just going to be too difficult of a task.
I mean, let's be honest. We thought their D-line was going to harass Trevor all game long. I mean, we did. I mean, they came in with the resume.
Yeah, 29 sacks.
I mean, they had the resume. One guy had 8 on his own, and the other guys have 4, and they get the known for getting after the QB. Now, flip side is their O-line's also known for giving up a lot to their QB getting killed because 92 hits prior to the game for Justin Herbert. And we got 6 yesterday. He's had 100 hits.
Yeah. And one of those hits looked like it made him a little woozy.
That was a great hit. BJ, they should give you a raise, give you a bonus for that hit. The veteran should put it together a little fun and be like, go have some fun, young man. That was a kill shot. We used to be rewarded for those hits. And it wasn't even that bad. I mean, it was like he drilled him under the chin, like split his, chin open or his lip open. He just good solid
He
hits.
did exactly what you're taught to do.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it was because they felt the play was dead and he didn't hear. That's why they called it. Because I feel like the whistle blew right almost as he hit him. Do you remember that? It felt like they called it.
Watching in the press box, I don't get the audio, obviously, of the TV broadcast, but I could go back and rewatch and listen to
I thought that's what I felt like it was, but maybe it was so close that they I don't know. Because that hit alone is not an illegal hit.
No.
He didn't land on him. He didn't hit him in the head. You're allowed to hit
I don't
the
know
QB.
what you're supposed to do. And then later, Dwan Smoot almost got to, was that Trey Lance, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't end up getting him down, and I posted, I'll never understand how he didn't get to him, but people were like, he was afraid, I think, of the penalty flag. Smoot was, because of what happened early in the game.
I don't know. Maybe he just thought they were going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, I suppose that's possible. By the way, speaking of money, so when Logan Cook punts, he's punting for clean water. So with every punt pinned inside the 20-yard line, he donates $1,000 through his foundation to bring safe, life-changing water to families in Kenya, which is great.
Okay.
The problem is, yesterday he didn't punt at all. I kind of feel like somebody needs to step up and donate the $1,000 for Logan Cook.
He does. He's got the money. They decided to do a big deal. He can afford that.
He's got the
He might do it
4-year,
anyway.
$16 million. There's some other guys with a little bit more. I mean, Josh Hines Allen, if he wants to celebrate the sack. Trevor Lawrence, feel free to pitch in that $1,000.
Right. Go get a collection hat going in the locker room. Fill the hat up.
I feel like the Jaguars team that played 2 Sundays ago in the first half and the team that played yesterday, I want to believe so badly that that's who this team is. That they are a team that's aggressive. Obviously, Liam Coen is aggressive. He's going to go for it on 4th down, even if we don't agree with it, even if we think they should kick the field goal.
At the end, he almost got his quarterback hurt. I'm sorry.
Trevor almost fumbled the football. Not that was going to give the Chargers massive momentum.
Trev could have done something different, too, than what he did. But still, I don't know why you're calling that. But whatever.
But I didn't even think Trevor Lawrence should be in the game at that point in time with the 29-point lead or whatever. 29-point lead at that point in time, too. But either way, that's the question is I feel like within the Chargers organization, they're asking,
who are we?
Who are we? And I feel like the Jaguars are still trying to figure things out.
Yeah, and that's okay. And look, you heard Liam say to his team, this is who we are. He's trying to just pound that in, this is how we do it. I This I want you to do it. I can't be any clearer.
Yeah.
I want that violence. I want that physical. That's how he wants his team. He's not the only coach that wants his team like that, but that's how he wants his team. So he is pounding it into this is how we win. This is how we get it done. So what team are they? I don't know fully yet, but I'm closer to feeling like they are that team. But you got to go to zone and beat them. I don't care how you do it. You got to stack some. It can't be look good one week, not look good. You're not going to go anywhere with that. You may get in. If you win enough games.
And you've won on the West Coast twice this year, if you consider Vegas the West Coast.
No, right. Yeah, well, Vegas and Arizona about the same.
Right. 49ers, you won on the road in San Francisco. You won in Vegas, albeit close. Still, that's a victory. So you've shaken off those cobwebs as far as
you just got to back up this big win. That's what I'm saying. Because then it's a fluke.
Yeah.
Then they're like, that was just a fluke. You caught Chargers on a bad day, and you just outplayed them. But
maybe they need to tattoo pissed off on their wrists or something. I don't know. Something that reminds them to play like their hair's on fire.
Listen, go play like Gardeck. He plays with his hair on fire. That guy's an animal. Look, they got it in them. Every NFL player's got it in them. You know, really athletes in general, the ones that really compete, you know, they've got that attitude in them because that's what it takes to win. I mean, you go to basketball. How do you rebound? You rebound with attitude or no attitude. Like, you got to go get the ball. You got to have that mindset. Like, I don't care how tall you are. I'm boxing you out. I got my elbows. I got my big ass. You're not getting around me.
Scrappy.
I'm gonna jump inside. Yeah, scrappy.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's right. If I'm blocking the home plate, you ain't running me over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drill you into the earth, and you're never gonna come at me again. You know that.
Yeah.
That's how they got to do it. And I think they will.
In
Or
basketball,
they
I
should.
always think of it, for sure. In basketball, I always think of it as like, who's fighting for the loose ball? Like, how are they fighting for the loose ball?
Yeah.
And that to me is a definition of a good team. All right, one
Yep.
segment to go here on this Victory Monday and a Big Chief Tire Monday. Find them online at WeKeepJacksRollin.com. They have thousands of 5-star reviews because they do such a fantastic job for you, like they do for my vehicles as well. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
From the Queen Law Group Studio.
Helmets and heels.
Just when you thought we couldn't bring you more, Coen Atlantic is here with a brand new store. We have the same great team to treat you well. With new savings during our grand opening sale, Coen Atlantic is here with the new store. Shop our best offers and largest selection yet. Save big during our grand opening sale. Is there something for everyone on our lot? You bet. If you're ready to experience something new, the all-new Coen Atlantic is ready for you. Your perfect ride is a visit away. Online at KeonAtlantic.com. Coen Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday on Helmets and Heels.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
Frank Frangie here from my bank, South State Bank. South State has been committed to delivering world-class customer service that businesses like yours and mine can count on. From personalized support to cutting-edge banking solutions, South State Bank has blended the trusted traditions we all value with the innovation you need for tomorrow. Whether you're managing cash flow or investing in growth, South State Bank is here to help you move forward. Visit southstatebank.com or visit your local branch today. That's South State, member FDIC.
The wait is over. Sunday, December 7th, your Jacksonville Jaguars return to Everbank Stadium for a massive division showdown against the Indianapolis Colts. This is more than just a game. It's a statement. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jags are back home and ready to turn up the heat in their iconic Prowler throwbacks. Kickoff is 1 p.m., so pack the bank and make it loud. Secure your seats now at Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WonderWorld wants you to do. WonderWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WonderWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WonderWorld can.
And with Window World, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new WonderWorld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, WonderWorld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with WonderWorld, and to top it off, WonderWorld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with WonderWorld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Window World today and get your free in-home estimate or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World. Simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
This is how we do it.
I sung it just like that.
There you
right?
go.
Just like
RJ on top of his
Montel.
game, babe.
You got that right. RJ Saunders is here. Tom McManus. I'm Lauren Brooks. Taylor Dahl has the day off. She'll be back with us tomorrow. It is a Big Chief Tire Monday, and time now for today's Terminix Pest of the Day is always brought to you by our friends at Terminix. You can find them online at Terminix.com. That's TERMINIX.com. They take care of ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, where we were last night watching the Gators beat the Hurricanes. Just had to throw that in. And Everbank Stadium, where I was yesterday watching the Jaguars whoop up on the Chargers. It was a thorough beatdown. The Pest of the Day, we briefly touched on this earlier, Tom. The coaching carousel, and when it comes to especially like Florida and Lane Kiffin, is starting to wear me down, right? Like the season obviously has gone off the rails at this point in time. Florida has lost way too many football games. And I just want either Lane Kiffin to be the coach or not be the coach. And here's the latest when it comes to Pete Nakos. He reports that Ole Miss is looking for clarity this week about Lane Kiffin's future with the Rebels. And then Brett McMurphy says if Lane Kiffin doesn't meet the deadline, Ole Miss would have to decide if it would allow him to coach in the playoffs. If there is no resolution, it will be an agonizing decision for Kiffin and the Rebels. So basically, Ole Miss is saying we need to know what your plan is at this point in time. Like, we have a football team that potentially is going to make the college football playoff. We need to know if you're going to be our coach moving forward. And if you're not going to be our coach moving forward, I guess they might not let him coach in the playoff,
That's
which
ridiculous.
seems a bit crazy, but that's, I feel like, where we are in college football.
Take your ball and go home,
Absolutely.
baby.
I don't know who
I
would
don't
coach Ole Miss when it comes
Yeah.
to the playoff if it's
Well,
not Lane
what's the
Kiffin.
offer?
And that's
how many
obviously the
zeros
question.
is in your offer?
Yeah,
and then I'll give you an idea where I'm going.
I've heard a number like $20 million per year thrown around, which is obviously that would make him the highest paid coach, and maybe like a 5-year contract. So
Whoa,
5 times 20.
Yeah, that's $100
$100 million.
Well, Signetti's 93, but it's a 10-year deal, right, or a longer
8 or
period.
10 years. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, money talks, you know. But I can see him wanting something bigger too. You know, I guess. You know, it just depends what they're going to offer too.
But what a sticky situation.
They shouldn't say that. I mean, you're not going to let him finish? He's done great things for your program. Why wouldn't you let him finish the year or the playoff or what have you? That just seems so childish, you know?
Yeah.
Offer more money. I don't know.
Maybe.
Go to your big donor people and be like, hey, we got to have Lane Kiffin. And if you want him, you got to, you know what I mean? Like, then make it so good that he can't say no.
And did he look at on the sidelines on Saturday, did he look across the field and the roster for Florida and be like, man, this team is at the time 3-6, and they're about to not maybe beat, but they were toe-to-toe with Ole Miss. And obviously Billy Napier, good recruiter, bad coach, like we've detailed. I just wonder what obviously he's thinking. I wish I could know what he's thinking and what he wants to do moving forward. Because right now he has Oxford up in arms and he has Gainesville up in arms.
Yeah, and he can only lie for so long. You know, like, oh, I'm not even thinking about it. You know, I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know what I mean? Like, you can't just come out and say,
lying by omission is a thing.
I don't know. I've never been in that spot, but it's good to be wanted. And, you know, look, if Florida or anybody else comes with big money, and it's an offer you can't refuse, or if Ole Miss, you know, it's money, you know, and if it's 5 years, then he's like, I'll do 5 years here. Why not?
We shall see. But yeah, Ole Miss moved to 10-1 on the season.
Good for them.
Absolutely.
Who do you think he'd want as his quarterback? Chambliss or Lagway?
Definitely not DJ Lagway.
Okay.
Probably Trinidad Chambliss, maybe other quarterbacks.
No, I just went between those two. Who do you think he'd pick?
Definitely Trinidad
Chambliss,
Chambliss. 100%. Yeah. Let's say hello to the Frangie Show.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes, I'm going to guess you would also agree that Lane Kiffin would want Trinidad Chambliss over DJ Lagway as his quarterback.
I would think so. I would think, look, if I would think it's going to be a significant amount of Ole Miss players that come with Kiffin. When I would say more than just a quarterback. I would think I'd probably put it between somewhere 6 to probably 12 players.
Lacey's welcome to come.
Yeah, they've got a ton. Can you imagine Lacey and Baugh in the same backfield? Yeah. Assuming they retain Baugh, but that's the key in doing this as early as they can do it within reason. Is you want to have a good month for Kiffin to be able to look at the roster. Obviously, he has a pretty good sense because he just played Florida, so he's been obviously studying tape, but you want him to be able to build a board, even if he's not physically there, at least start getting, 2 or 3 key staffers there in Gainesville and start that process of, you got $20.5 million in revenue sharing. Football at Florida probably gets 13 of that. So you got $13 million to spend. How are you going to divvy that out before you even get to the NIL? Those are critical decisions. And in Florida, if they do it right, I absolutely believe they can contend next year. When I say contend for a Peach Bowl. Not for a national title, but get back to 9 wins somewhere in there. The schedule eases up. Thank goodness. So,
if Lagway had played well this year, and if Billy Napier was a decent, if he had turned the play caller over to Ryan O'Hara, it feels like earlier in the year, then this team
you can't keep Lagway because if he isn't durable, forgetting even the fact that he was coached by a nincompoop, if you worry about his durability, and I don't know how you couldn't, then you don't want your first year getting sunk because he's injury prone. And so whether that's fair or not, I'm sorry, a new coach, clean slate, he doesn't owe anybody anything on that roster. Yeah. And I wouldn't want my first year at Florida, which is a buzzsaw. Look, if it's Lane Kiffin and he goes 6-6 in year 1, he's not going to be on the hot seat, but everybody's going to be like, what happened? I thought we were getting this genius and this guy can't win. And so you don't want anything to derail that first year if you can help it. And so I don't think Lagway is in the equation at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But he can rejoin Billy Napier at Georgia then.
Yeah. I'd love for DJ Lagway to coach Georgia. And it's nothing against him. But I do wonder if certain athletes, their body just isn't conducive to playing football. And it doesn't seem like, forgetting even the instincts and things like that, if the guy's not going to be on the practice field, he's of no use. And that was a harsh lesson that Florida learned this year. So
that's true.
We'll get to all that coming up on the Frangie Show. Bucky Brooks will join Frank at 5:15 to talk all things Jaguars. Obviously, a brilliant win over the Chargers. So we'll have fun discussing that. And should be a lot of fun. We'll do a college football rewind as well. So it should be a fun Frangie Show coming up.
Yeah, we all saw the women yesterday, the beatdown coming. We all did. We
all yeah.
I wasn't surprised at all.
Yeah. I would have felt very good with getting the Chargers in 28.5 points Sunday morning. My goodness.
All right, thanks, Hayes.
Thank you.
We shall be listening.
Awesome.
All right, that'll do it for us today. For Tom McManus, for RJ Saunders, for the vacationing Taylor Dahl, I'm Lauren Brooks. These heels are made for talking. We will talk to you tomorrow, but don't go anywhere. The Frangie Show is next right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.